America is the best place to live. But American culture has its drawbacks. It's easy to get pulled into what everybody else is into. It's easy it's easy to have a hair in your mouth. I cut my hair last night myself, and there's a hmm, it's easy to get pulled into what everybody else is doing. American culture. It's so easy because if you don't realize it, it can seriously affect your life. Let me give you an example. If you think that, if you're under this illusion that, you have to try to fit in and impress people, and buy fancy clothes, that can really take away from your happiness, because the truth is if you can find freedom from all of that, like you can have whatever you want. I remember thinking back in the day. I remember thinking back in the day, what would I be willing to sacrifice? Like if I didn't give a shit what anybody thought, what what could I have? For me, I just wanted to fish every single day. I remember thinking, man, what would I be willing to sacrifice? Like, would I live in a little shitty apartment and just, eat the basics so that every single day, I could wake up on a day like today and just be so fascinated with fishing. And the truth is I think a lot of people get suckered into I think a lot of people get suckered into trying to do things that I think sometimes they don't even really want to be doing them. And then they're like, wait a minute. Like when you really wake up and you're like, wait a minute. If I just if I took that aside and I didn't care what anybody thought of me, what could I achieve? You know, I started wearing the same outfit to go to the gym all the time, mainly because with my injury it was just easier for me. It was easier for me just to wear the same outfit. In the last 6 years, I ended up spending just $60 on clothing. And this past this past winter, I paid off my debt. For the first time, I have no debt now. I have no debt, and I have $3,400 in the bank. And I can't tell you how good it feels. I can't tell you how good it feels to like have no debt on my shoulders. It's amazing. It's like I sometimes wake up in the middle of the night when I'm really blasted, and I'm like, dude, you have no debt. And you have $3,400 in the bank. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because I used to, I used to back in the day, I'd get my credit card, and it was $21,000, you know, and the pressure, the pressure was a lot, especially when you have a knee injury. and you open up that card and you see that you're $21,000 in debt. But it feels great because, listen, what are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want? Like, to get what you truly want in life. What are you willing to give up? For me, it was, it was pretty easy to not worry about, the latest brand of jeans, or, a fancy shirt. Don't get me wrong. I have a couple little simple things. But, when you go on a date with a girl, it's like she's never gonna know like your whole wardrobe. It's like she only sees one outfit, and that's the one that's in front of her. Like, you don't need to have a big fancy wardrobe. Just keep it simple. But this video was going to be about American culture, and it kind of turned into more about, what would you be willing to sacrifice. But the truth is and I'll have to do a separate video on American culture, but there's just a lot of instant gratification things that are out there that can really take you down the wrong way. Fast food, porn, the news, the media. Everything is, hey, you can get this within 7 minutes. Listen, if you could get that within 7 minutes, everybody would have it. There'd be no need for that. All right. Listen, yesterday I got a new subscriber. I'm new at the YouTube thing, so it was an amazing feeling. So if you subscribe to my channel, you could literally make my day today. No pressure.